approaching 8 degrees Virgo. And we have the moon currently 16 degrees at Libra. We've seen a lot of opposition, 180 degree angle in the sky. Let's see. Yeah, the moon's opposing Chiron. Kind of reflecting how our masculinity let's say our partnerships are reflecting the wounds of our ego, identity, and masculinity. Mercury is opposing Jupiter, which would potentially be the David and Goliath alignment. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That might be more of a Mars opposed Jupiter. But a tug of war between day-to-day ideas and big picture ideas. There is some aspect of higher mind, lower mind, Jupiter, Mercury, but we also look to Uranus as a planet that represents higher mind. And I guess that, or perhaps it's the third fold of the mind would be Uranus. Doesn't make sense. How could your ass be your mind? But yeah, plenty of conversating. Easy to conversate, easy to communicate. But Mars may easily be flaring up those thoughts, communications, and ideas into aggression, conflict for the next 7 months. I've been struggling with this one for some fucking time, and I feel like it's the way I learned it. Obviously David Palmer was my early influence and teachings. I took his course before I really started to perhaps study with any other people's astrology. And so I'm having a hard time accepting that Mars rules the square and Saturn rules the opposition, because I swear I was taught that, and I feel like I got a little bit of this from Rick Levine too, that Saturn rules the square and Mars rules the opposition. Mars and Saturn can be some of the tougher energies to deal with. The greater malefics, the malefics they call them, Saturn being the greater malefic and Mars being the minor, or just the malefic. The same way that Venus is a benefic and Jupiter is the greater benefic. But then there's Neptune. Anywho, because the way I look at Mars is the aggressor. Mars is direct. Mars is forward, which is 180 degree angle, and it's your opposition in sport, two sports teams. And maybe I spoke on this on a video before, But your average astrologer says that it's Mars that rules the square, and squares create internal conflicts. Not that somebody's aggressional attitude can't create an internal conflict within you, but that again is resolved with a forward action. I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face because you pissed me off. But perhaps, I don't know, maybe there's an intermingling and mutual reception between the two of them. But the square is the most difficult energy to overcome. But I guess you overcome conflicts with action, which would be Mars. And Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn, the ruling energy of Saturn. But even the term to let's square up. Like, there's a vibration that seems right about that to me. But there's a logic that doesn't. If you're going to square up, you're not going to be facing each other. You're going to a right angle, 90 degrees. Square would be how you build a wall. The floor is the bottom portion. The wall is that vertical portion that's connected to the floor. And Saturn would most definitely represent, rule over walls. I don't know, I'd like to talk to the peace dealer. Definitely would like to talk to David Palmer, but that's a pricey conversation. And I probably won't be able to get a hold of Rick. Anywho, I guess that'd be... wanted to point out here in the White Mountains, a place that we have 4 seasons. Shortly after this new moon, we have clear weather now. It's been a pretty consistent heavy wet monsoon season. And so when looking at the weather, obviously we look at some planets, moon, perhaps Venus, two planets that bring moisture, that and or planets that are in water signs bringing moisture. But we have a lot of drier signs. Got a lot. It's not a grand air trine yet. We have Saturn in there, Mercury in there, Mars in there. Earth, we have Uranus in Taurus, Sun in Virgo. I guess we currently have the moon in Libra, another air sign. But Jupiter in fire. So the only thing we really have in water is Neptune, South Node. So I mean, I guess we'll see when's the next water moon. Well, I guess we're coming up on a water moon in a day, about 24 from now. So we'll see. Maybe that Scorpio moon conjunct the South Node, eventually trying Neptune, will bring a little bit of moisture. Leo season, and that's fire. But it could be the square in the sky that could bring moisture, not always just the planetary element. All right, start that out.